Oh my God. I just don't understand why. And you melt that, you're blowing your house up, mate. Do you know what I mean? Why did you put AABs on it? Oh, brilliant. He took his gas meter out, bypassed it, so he's got free gas. Someone walks past with a cigarette, that's going to be a big old bang, do you know what I mean? I don't see why you would do it. Just turn the bloody water off and fix the leak. Hi, I'm Lee from iGas Heating Ltd. I've been a plumbing and heating engineer now for almost 15 years, and we're about to take a look at some of Britain's finest plumbing work. So yeah, again, hang on, let me work this out, make sure I don't make myself sound stupid. He's used plastic polypipe fittings, which are grey, and then sprayed them copper. Because you can get copper push fit, it's called Conex. So they do actually look like that. But yeah, if you look at the top left one, it looks like a grey plastic elbow, doesn't it? And he sprayed the rest copper. Oh no, it could be Conex, looking at that a bit closer. It does look like Conex, but maybe he's used the brass removable ones, and he's then sprayed them copper. Why would you? Again, that's probably under a sink. But what's the point? It's hidden, and like that's piped up correctly. It's a thermostatic mixing valve for a bath normally, so it comes out at set temperature, so people can't scald themselves. Comes out as set. The maximum you can get out of it's between, I think, 45 and 55 degrees. So you've got cold in, hot in, and middle connection is your blended hot. So that will be blended down to, say, depending on where it is. If it's in a nursery, for example, they'll blend it down to like 45 degrees, so like a child couldn't burn themselves on it. It's just like a safety feature for commercial buildings or new builds. A lot of new builds have them, but they're crap because eventually they fail. But why you'd spray it copper? Because that would be hidden under a bath or in a cupboard or something like that. So, yeah, just rough. And why would you use push fit fittings? Just bend a bit of copper, you'd be in and out in half hour. Oh my God, what is that? A flexible gas pipe? Or is it an orange cable? So what is he as? You can, because that looks to me like you get these little orange hoses with like your analyzers. And they're just for like when you do tightness tests on a gas meter or stuff like that. So what he's probably done, if that is a gas pipe, is he's probably Jubilee clipped it either end. And mate, I've never seen anything so bad in my life. Because again, next to that flame, it's just going to melt, and you melt that, you're blowing your house up, mate. Do you know what I mean? If it weren't a pipe, it's a cable, same thing. Like if that hob's on, you're going to melt that conduit, set it fire to your cable. Oh my God. You've got certain clearances. So from the width of your hob to a 600mm hub on the wall behind, you're not allowed any sockets, any trunking, cabling, anything combustible. That's why you'll find behind most hobs, you'll have a stainless steel splashback that goes up to your hood, if you like, or tiled splashback. So yeah, you're not allowed anything within that vicinity that's combustible or electric. Because even if you had a socket there, and you put a boiling pan on it and it spits on the socket, you're going to blow the socket and electrocute yourself, or do you know what I mean? Cause a fire that way. So yeah, you're not allowed anything behind your hob or your cooker, if you like. Oh, brilliant. See, I love this, to be honest, because what he's done, he's took his gas meter out, bypassed it, so he's got free gas. People used to do it all the time, but what you find now, more recent meters have got what's called an anti-tamper device in it. So if you remove it and shake it a bit too much, it will lock up and you won't get any gas. I mean, obviously it's one of the most illegal things you can do. But so he take his meter out, and then when they come to a meter reading, he'll whip it back on, lose the gas for a bit. So he's paying probably £3 a month gas rather than what do we normally pay, 60 quid a month. Do you know what I mean? There looks to me there's no door on that cupboard, so that's just exposed to the rain constantly. As long as it don't leak, it's not that bad, to be fair. Like the meters doesn't make anything any safer. It just means it records how much gas you use. Using that flexible anaconda with a bend in it, they split, especially if they're exposed to rain. You'll get hole in that, and then you just got an uncontrolled gas leak. Someone walks past with a cigarette, that's going to be a big old bang. Do you know what I mean? So really not safe at all. It's horrendous. What's he got there? Fucking flexi tail. Oh my God. Oh, mate, well, you wouldn't believe some of like, you will now because of these pictures, but some of the things you come across. And people, what I don't understand is people are looking at it thinking, I've done a good job there. Do you know, there's a time and a place for a flexi tap. You know, you try and hard pipe a kitchen tap that's behind a sink. It ain't easy, and that's why they come with tails. Do you know what I mean? So you just pop it onto a union and you're away. But yeah, this ain't the time and place. Again, why would you not just move the towel rod over to see where the two pipes come out together? I would move the towel rail so that is the centre of the towel rail, and then you just split your pipes off, nice little bend. Do you know what I mean? And it wouldn't look as, again, it don't look great. I mean, I don't do bathrooms, but what you ideally want to do is bring the pipes through exactly where the rad's going to be. So then you just have a little bit of pipe coming out the wall into your valve, and it looks beautiful. That's what a proper bathroom fitter would do. But again, that's either some absolute muppet or DIY Dave. It looks just like he's masticked it in. My guess would be there's a leak, and to try and stop the leak, he's just absolutely painted it in mastic. So again, I would put that down to either like a handyman or just a geezer who don't want to pay a plumber. Something's leaking, so he's absolutely hammered it with silicone, hoping it'll stop it.
And will it?
Not a chance, no. Not a chance. I mean, you might have got lucky, but like silicone ain't like for leaks. It's for sealing around stuff. Do you know, it's sealant. It's like you put it around your shower tray so it don't leak from your shower tray underneath down through your ceiling. So it can stop water, but it's not to stop a leak. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just rough as up. But again, there's no need for it. I don't see why you would do it. Just turn the bloody water off and fix the leak. Oh my God, that's out of my head, that one. Why did you just show me that? Oh my God. Why did you put AAVs on it? Jesus, because AAVs is like, see the little bottles on top of the pipe? They're air admittance valve, so, or automatic air vent, if you like. So like, any air that's in your system should naturally rise to them highest points and be released. So the only thing I can think of is he slapped all that plastic in. Now the system just constantly airlocks, so none of the rads work or whatever. So he's fitted them AAVs to get over it rather than pipe it properly. Because you seem to me fitting AAV is something that a professional does. It's belt and braces. It's good practice to have an AAV. So what I think he's done is he slapped all that plastic in. You just get an airlock central, constantly airlock. No rads ain't working, drawing air in or whatever it's on. So he's put AAVs to get over the problem. Do you know what I mean? Rather than do it properly. But yeah, it's never going to work. Not in a million years. What is he? That's the same. Him and the TMV earlier, the thermostatic mixing valve. That's what he's done. He's tried to pipe one of them in, but how's he done? Because that's an open-ended valve on there. That's just going to leak. See the one with the red lever on it? That looks to me, it's just like an open-ended pipe. But again, it's rough as arseholes. You wouldn't do it like that because that's behind a basin. So that's, you go and wash your hands, you can see that all the time. It's not hidden at all. But why you wouldn't at least, if you had to fit it in that position, sometimes you can't get around it, you'd have that thermostatic mixing valve flat to the wall. Why has he done it sticking out, floating in midair with no clips on it? So yeah, and again, it's just, when someone uses compression, like instead of solder, that says to me that's a DIY attempt. Because you don't need any soldering equipment to solder the pipes together, you just need a spanner. So that looks to me like DIY. God, double valved it as well, isn't it? Oh my God! To see the fitting on the rads, that chrome fitting, that's backplate elbow, what you fit outside taps to normally. Yeah, or gas bayonets behind a cooker. But the reason they make chrome ones is sometimes you'll have chrome pipework on show in like, for example, commercial kitchen like we see earlier. So you don't want a horrible brass fitting next to a chrome sink, for example, so, or whatever. So yeah, what he's done there is, again, he's used the existing lock shield valve on the rad that comes out the wall. But he's put a rad tail extension on it straight into a elbow and then connected that onto the fucking radiator. Well, I just don't understand why. Why would you do it? Like, what is the advantage of that? And why would you step back and think, oh, here's your new bathroom, Mrs. Smith. Look at that chrome elbow I've fitted that because I take pride in my work. And it matches the chrome towel rad.